All right. Hello, everybody. This is official. We are starting our live masterclass. You're here today because you want to learn how to identify what is your Instagram niche and what is your Instagram niche marketing strategy in a very easy way. And I am here to give you just that and beyond. Now, I really love, and especially today, I need to get fed off your energy. So let's talk about the things that we can do to make this experience one in which you feel like we got this going, and maybe you can meet somebody today that is going to be the person who is going to be maybe your bestie or your next business partner. I don't know, but something tells me that when you guys network and you guys meet somebody that have the same interest, that's kind of a way to connect with people that are like-minded. So to do that, what I want to see on the chat is that you're going to share where you are connecting from. Hold on. Where you're connecting from, don't type yet. Your business, and tell me what is the number one thing that you want to learn today. Where you're connecting from, what is your business, put your website there, please. And what is the one thing that you want to learn today? Now, hold on, make sure that when you share that, when you share in the chat, you make sure you hit panelists and attendees, okay? Hey, RJ in the house. I wanna see that chat going. Let's see, put on the chat everything that you want us to know, where you're connecting from, what is your business, your website, and what is it the thing that you want to learn today. And we are going to get started. I'm going to share my entire desktop, and this is where the presentation is so that nobody gets lost or anything like that. And I am going to also make sure that I can see the chat and all of that. There you go. There you go. We got this. Okay. Cecilia, good morning. Scott, good morning. RJ from Toronto, Canada. Pearl from Utah. Whoop, whoop. More about IG, how to use it wisely. Mayra de Mexico. The happy artist is in the house. How to thrive on Instagram. Diane Emond, Canada is actually winning. From Calgary. Coaching website in progress, getting more engagement. I'm just starting out. RJ, you're not starting out. You're a master. Hold on. I'm going to be new business in the health niche coaching business, type 2 diabetes. Oh, that's regulated. Raju in the house, New York. In New York. Dun, 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 dun. Claire in Scotland. That is amazing. Cecilia Tapia, I am an image consultant from Montevideo, Uruguay. I'm struggling. También hablas español, me encanta. I'm struggling for visibility outside my country. Most of my clients are overseas and still Instagram recommend accounts from my country. And the same happens to others. Okay, I love, actually, let me write that down. Geolocation and geotagging. Okay, you Bates. Hello from Utah. Look at that. I am just starting my energy healing, so I don't have a website yet. Want to know how to maximize use of Instagram to grow my business. Do you know Pearl? It cannot be that much of a coincidence. Claire from Costa, anything you teach, open to new learnings, yes. Kathy Hernandez, Reset Health Coaching. Kathy Hernandez in Austin. Austin in the house. How to thrive on social media. My friend Claire is in the house. Awesome. Oh, so Pearl, you didn't know the other person that is from Utah. You see, guys, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Like, it is so awesome when we get to connect with people and get to meet them in a place where you had never thought that you could meet somebody. Let me just tell you, Mayra Cordero and I met in a virtual event from Brandon Bouchard. And look at us. Now we are friends. She's part of our accelerators. We have been getting connected. Oh my God, I really, really love that. And one of the things I say is last year was hard, but at the same time, if we can carry on the best of both worlds and we can manage to have online events and then also offline, it's amazing. Now let's get started, okay? If you guys just, got connected, please keep bringing on the chat. I'm happy to get you guys, even the copy of the chat so you can see the text and you can actually grab people's emails, phones. Like if you want to grow your network, if you want to grow your Instagram, please write on the chat the whole link, okay? So write your Instagram link. So that's how you can get more followers, and do it because then my team can go and follow you guys as well. So do that. Feel free to leverage this time and this opportunity to meet and connect with somebody that is, meeting you today in a new place that is called your Zoom chat, and you can just have a story to share. You see, that's also a way to get connections. So I have a quiz for you. When it comes to your relationship with Instagram, I need to know what is your answer. Like if you are in number one, that means that you like it, but it's just like, you can't be on it consistently. And if you are number one, you are in this like, it's like, I don't know if I should even be here, but I know that somebody told me that it's the best place on social media to be, and I just don't know. But then if you are number two, you like it, you're on it. But then what happens is you're doing the whole 9 yards, right? You are creating content, you are consistent, you're using stories. You guys who are number two, I love that Diane is at 1.5. You guys are our number two. I want to hear from you. What do you think it's not working? Okay, I want to hear like, what's your theory? What do you think it's not working? I'm not good with reels. Okay, so Diane, you feel like because you're not on reels, you feel like not being on reels is what is stopping you. That's a good theory. Keep coming. Number two, the group number two. I want to hear like, what do you think? Why do you think you are in that place? Reels. Nuria, 1 and 2. Why is that? So you're like 1.5. Tell me more about it. Why do you think you guys are in that space? I want to read your answers. You see, this is in person. I'm like, come on, guys. Why do you think like you are between 1 and 2? I know Diane is in the same boat, right? Sometimes I'm on, sometimes I am off. Is that kind of what it is? Did I read you right? Like you feel like sometimes you are on it, but sometimes you are like, you don't know, or you feel like you lose the motivation because you're not getting the rewarding that you think that you should be getting. And I think that you kind of know where I'm going with this. So let's get started. Wow, this one on my webinar, it's kind of interesting because I should be telling you a little bit about me. But I feel like you and I have met, and I feel like you and I don't need to tell you my story. If I am new in your life, I'm here to tell you that I am convinced 100% that I love teaching. I am an educator. I am a professional educator. I have a Juris Doctor, which means that we get to study the juris, which is the law, and we get to explain that. And when you go to law school and when you practice how it is to just get all these facts and then translate them into what you want, you get some skills that are really, really helpful in the marketing world. You might be wondering, how did I end here today? It wasn't easy. It was a transition, which makes me ask you guys on the chat, how many of you have been transitioning in life? And how many of you, more specific, today what you're doing today, it's not even close to what you were doing probably 10 years ago. Please, I want to know, do I have peeps in the group who needed to reinvent themselves? And this is not your first rodeo. This is not your first step outside of college. You have been transitioning, you have been growing, and kind of in a place in your life right now where you had no idea how you landed here, right? And you're curious about the digital economy. Kalana, I am transitioning all the time. Yes. I have to tell you one story, and I know that I healed and I processed this morning, from this morning, and I recovered. But I have to say, thank you, Raju and Trisha. You guys are awesome, and you guys helped me to be here today in this particular moment. And you made me question why I needed to read terrible news this morning and why I could use that into the timeline of what I'm teaching today. And why I'm kind of like rambling around this. Well, here's the thing. I did transition from a law career, and that law career was very stressful. And I was a single mom for 5 years. And one of the things I had to do within my law practice was to exit the stressful practices. At some point, I did criminal law, family law, I did tickets, drunk, all of those things. But when I became a single mom and I saw myself leaving my apartment at 9 p.m. with my baby and having to take her with her, like the el bobo and then the things, and her PJs and carry to court so she could wait until I work. It was not ideal. And I remember a memory very, very clear when I saw that there was no way that I could be a successful lawyer as a woman, single mom, because who was going to be taking care of my child if I needed to go when somebody got arrested at 3 a.m., which is typically what happens. And if you go into law and then who makes money, typically it's the criminal law cases. So I exit that, and then I ended in real estate and construction law because of that. I said, this is just too much. There's no way that I can do this. And sadly, this morning, one of my great friends paid a very high price for being practicing criminal law in Puerto Rico. He was found not just that somebody shot him, but somebody actually burned him, completely carcinated. ¿Cómo se dice? Completamente quemado. Not fair, and not fair. And it actually, it broke me this morning. And I'm here standing up today to just really, would you please join me in setting up the best intentions for this family? Because it's not easy. And I know that we're not just touching the family of Juan Carlos, we're also touching attorneys who go every day to practice and to work in the hard stuff, okay? People who just risk their lives every single day. And that goes to law enforcement, that goes to all of those workers. And I get chills when I'm telling you this. So that actually touches me very, very deeply. And it's one of the reasons why I do what I do today, meaning my biggest motivation to exit my law field was so I could advocate for things while not losing my family. Again, I became a single mom, okay? Meaning when I started as a lawyer, I was married. I didn't plan to get divorced. And I'm not blaming my career for my divorce, but certainly it was very stressful. And when I restarted my marriage, I definitely saw that I wanted to be a different mom. And I know that I talk about that a lot on my Instagram. And I talk about the mom guilt and how can you grow a career and how can you balance all of those roles, which also touches me really, really deeply. So I know that you're reading something on the screen that says, things about me, but I feel like I wanted to share things that are more meaningful. And now let's go to class. That's the beauty of this, right? You guys feed me with your energy, and I love that. I'm happy that Pearl is here. Please send me all of the best light that you can, and I'm receiving that. And that's how I'm focused, and I am grounded and I am present in this timeline. Mwah, sending you a lot of love. So let's get started, shall we? Shall we? Thank you. Thank you so much. You guys on the broadcast, join us today, to send these prayers if you do that. And if you don't, just send your best thoughts to every single human that is in law enforcement, every single human that they're risking their life every single day, especially those who are in Puerto Rico. The crime is really, really bad. Yeah. So my promise, what I want to give you today is I want to equip you with a strategic plan to attract your dream clients. And also I want to inspire you to take action. My Tony Robbins fans, where are my Tony Robbins fans? Please, I want to see you. Tony Robbins teaches us that knowledge is not power. Knowledge is actually power, but also in potential. Execution is what gives us the power. Execution and action is what is going to move us forward. Why do I say this today? Because what I'm going to teach you can be amazing, but if you don't put it in practice, it will be like, whoop, never happened, right? Not fair, not fair. And I want you to take action and commit. Please on the chat, say, I commit to take action today. I commit to take action today. Fast forwarding in kind of like in a really quick way, what's happening with Instagram, okay? 2021 has brought a lot of updates for the platform at the time. It is historical. Things that are happening now had never happened with the speed that we are seeing them happening as of now. There's many reasons why Facebook is revamping Instagram, including the fact that they're getting monitored by the FTC and there's a complaint and all that. There's a legal thing happening. There's an accusation happening at the moment. So I believe, this is my personal opinion, that they're really trying to get the platform into a different stage so that they can claim that there's clearly a distinction between the two of those, so that when they see those transactions, Facebook is not going to be considered as a monopoly. It's fascinating. So what we're seeing is Instagram got a lot of updates. They're actually working on usability. Let me just ask you, by show of hands, if you feel like you can't even get your fingers on the platform when you use Instagram app, you're like, the plus, there's another plus, there's the bubble, there's like, it's uncomfortable, right? Are you with me? Do you feel like difficult to use the platform and you have to kind of train your brain every single time? Do a test. Try to open the platform. And if I tell you, do a story, you're like, what? A story? Like the plus, the other plus. It's just like, it's really confusing. You have to be physically concentrated to understand what of the plus, which of the plus is. That's usability. They're working on that. They say that they're getting better, but it wasn't. It's really a terrible case for usability. Those of you who are in marketing, please tell me if you agree with me. Alex, do you agree with me? Instagram is terrible in UX. So Instagram has been adding more things to make the usability easier. So this year you are seeing, if you use it, you will see guides. That means that you can put a virtual brochure on your profile. You're going to see that you can also have the dynamic shopping in which you see a picture. And then when you see that picture, you like it and you do like things like this. And then you can just do a shop from the platform, which is amazing. It is amazing. They're saying also that SEO, it's also being built within the platform, which is something new, relatively new. And there are things that I can show you later so that you can see how SEO works within the platform. The advertising, oh my gosh, how many of you have seen that notification that Facebook and Instagram are sending to you and saying, hey, there's things that you need to do because there's iOS updates. Have you seen those? Have you seen those notifications that, Apple and Facebook are fighting? And that's why, that's one of the reasons why there's a lot of things to basically, pay attention on the Instagram. Now, best practices. Here's what is working. Narrowing down to three things. It's all about optimal times to post. You want to be consistent, but you want to see where your max people are, like where are the most people connected at. And for that, I noticed that the metrics that the platform gives you on the app are very different. If you connect your app to other third-party metric systems that can allow you to see exactly where your people are. So Facebook is actually getting rid of metrics. So when it comes to granularity, so we're seeing these changing a lot because of the inability of Facebook to track and to follow people and to put the cookies on people's and all of that. So what are you going to do is to be consistent. It's almost like, think that you have a show and you're running a programming on that show. You want to let people know what to expect from you. Okay, so that works right now. Pay attention to that, those metrics if you can see them. For example, in my metrics, Instagram tells me that most of my people are connected in two waves. They're connected between 11 and 1 p.m. That's the first wave. And the second wave is between 9 and 10 p.m. So you want to ride that wave and you want to post about 20 minutes before that wave peaks. So if my best time is 11, according to the metrics, then I will schedule my post. Notice how I said schedule. I will schedule my post, or I will post manually between 10:30 and 10:45. You want to let the algorithm take some speed, okay? Before your biggest crowd comes in. So also there's something called the first hour rule. So it works like a gem with Instagram, and it also works with YouTube and even Facebook at the very beginning. I don't think that now Facebook is using that much, but the algorithm basically gets speed when it picks up that a lot of people like your content at the same time. Keyword here, at the same time. So what you do, and I teach this, with more strategies and tactics, there are things that you can do to force and trigger the algorithm, all of them at the same time during the first hour. And that helps your engagement, like, it works like a charm. Post at around the same time. So it's consistency, but also it's really looking at your waves and see like where your peeps are and really commit to that time. So if you cannot commit to be, on a daily basis or every other day, let's say between 10:30 and 11 a.m., can you commit to the second wave in the afternoon? Just pick one and then stick to that, at least for 90 days. Second best practice is more raw content, raw and real. You want to keep a balance between being authentic, but also staying on brand. And we definitely will be talking about this today. Creativity for the win. When it comes to attracting new audiences, definitely you want your content to be at that explore page. So it's getting suggested, and that brings you a lot of new followers, more than hashtags. I'm seeing, and I will show you some posts today where there were like really close to no hashtags, and we got a lot of views, a lot of engagement. Crazy stuff. So those are the best practices in 2021. Optimal times to post, being consistent. Take a picture of this if you want. Having the balance between raw and authentic, but staying on brand. and then creativity for the win. If you have any questions, please, make sure that you put it on the chat, or you guys on the live stream as well. Things to avoid. To this day, I will tell you, to this day, people still will offer you free followers or free likes. And then they say, oh, we offer you a free trial. We're going to send you a lot of followers or a lot of likes. Have you gotten those messages? Usually they go to your spam, and then you're like, oh my gosh, one more time. My account gets at least 4 of those per day. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. Yes, they're saying yes, yes, yes. Stay away from those. You don't want to do that. And here's the thing, if you ever bought followers, do not delete them. If you ever got like those fake accounts, don't delete them, but you will block them. And in that way, Instagram won't count them for the engagement ratio. Woohoo! That was a good hack. Avoid getting reported. Those of you in the health space, sometimes I see people, posting content in the health space that you want to be educational, you want to show people how things are, and don't be so graphic, because when you do that, people just like remove your content from their feed and then they mute you. When that happens, your account gets reported and it doesn't help you at all. The other thing is avoid being predictable. You definitely want to use in your creation some pattern interruptions, because let me just put you this test, if I may call it in that way. Sometimes you follow an account and then all they share is positive quotes and all of them look the same. Have you noticed that after like 7 quotes that they are kind of like the same, it turns into a very boring content and you don't even read it anymore. You know of them, but you're not going to be like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to see what they share today. If they share something and you see the notification, you are not going to be excited about that notification because you know what they're going to say. And it's always the same. Have you followed? And you know what? This is our time. If you feel like you can say, Jessica, maybe I'm boring. Maybe my account is one of those. Can you tell me? I will tell you. Do you want me to tell you? I will tell you. So your brand is one of the things that will take you to use Instagram, correct? Like Instagram is one of the platforms where people want to instantly connect with you. And that's why it is the best platform whenever you're using personal brand marketing. Even if you are a company, even if you are representing an organization, personal branding can help brands and organizations to humanize their message, to market better, to create better connections, even to get referral partners and customers. Obviously, not everybody has the same goal, okay? Not everybody has the same goal, but understanding that if you use personal brand marketing the right way, it will activate word of mouth, okay? Write this down. If we're writing this equation, personal brand marketing equals word of mouth marketing. Why I love it so much? Word of mouth marketing actually converts at a more than 90% versus online marketing in cold. Whenever you are sharing things on your website, you're writing content and all of that, you're lucky if you hit 2% conversions. Like you're like the king and the queen of conversions. If you get to convert a cold audience into something from your website, okay? I'm lucky, okay? I mix personal brand marketing, content marketing, and we have some pages converting, I feel like 4 to 8%. That's like, wow, that's like the best. And of course, the more traffic you have, the lower the rate goes, right? So the standard best conversion rates, lucky if you even hit 1%. So if you have the choice between 1%, super good, and 90, you're going to go for the 90. And that's why personal brand marketing, it's going to be so worth it. So worth it. If you haven't invested in your personal brand marketing assets, you should. Like writing your story, having a website that speaks about you, building your authority. I have actually a guide that has basically 5 steps to build that brand authority. I highly recommend that you download it. It's amazing. And I know that Raju and Trisha are on the chat. We have been working about how to show their accolades more, how they can lead with their mastery and their experience. That is part of personal branding, right? So I have this exercise for you. What do you think that people think about you? What do you think based on what they see on your Instagram? Now, the second question, what do you want them to think about you? Why does this matter? This matters, guys, because perception is reality. Perception is reality. Like, can you imagine if I would just open my camera today and I just had a bad morning and I'm here like, with my bun like this and then, no makeup, like you're going to see like, is that going to be my teacher? Like, really? Is she going to be inspiring me and motivating me? No way, I'm out, right? Perception is reality. And actually, I really hope that you can give me a 10 here. I am very authentic. Those of you who have met me in person, what you see is what you get. And that's telling you like, hey, I have puffy eyes, I have this and that, because to me, it's really important it's really important to tell you how I feel. However, I need to honor what I represent. Why? Because there are some standards in the psychology of purchasing decisions. And if there is friction, your brain will capture that. And you might not tell me, but you won't buy. So how can you learn from this lesson that I'm telling you? I'm using myself as an example. I'm throwing myself under the bus. Okay. But you should be able to be real with yourself. Okay. And say, wow, am I really showcasing the best? Am I really honoring my accolades? Am I really marketing to the standard? Not what I think the standard is. The standards that my people who buy from people like me have. And again, please write it on the chat. Perception is, fill up the blank while I'm drinking my water here. Perception is reality. Like, do you agree with me? Like, I'm I'm curious. Do you agree with me? There's definitely, room for us to have even a deeper conversation about this. Actually, some of you are friends with me from the days in the multi-level marketing. Didn't we learn a lot there? Flashing checks, flashing cars, showcasing BMWs. I don't want to ever go back to that. However, lifestyle marketing, it is a real strategy. There are millionaires who live on lifestyle marketing. And that's a question that you want to ask yourself. Am I really leading with lifestyle marketing? Can I be more educational? That is a question that you need to ask yourself because that's part of your brand. But when we are now going towards identifying the niche, we need to consider, who are we? Who are you? Who am I to you, right? I love doing exercises with my own tribe, with my followers, with my audience. Like, hey, if I ask you a couple of questions and if you give me some feedback, I'll send you a Starbucks card. And those are the things that I want you to be doing, because or else you will be in your own bubble and you will be creating assumptions that are not backed up with any data. And that is not how you will find your niche. So perception is reality. We agree with that. What do you think that I think is not what I think? Take a picture of this, please. What do you think that I think is not what I think? That's your audience telling you that. If you're struggling today with who is your audience, they are screaming at you and saying, what do you think that I think is not what I think? Nope, that's not it. Nope. And that's why they're not engaging with you. They're not commenting. They're not sharing your content. It's not like your reality is not meeting their perception. And this is where a niche marketing strategy comes in handy. Comes in handy. Diane, you were really born to teach. I'm loving your masterclass, like all of the ones I have taken for you. Thank you so much. And you know, I'm picking myself up. You know, like I'm not on my best today. But this heals me. I love teaching, and we're gonna go into a 3-hour VIP day to really plan our next quarter, my friend. So I told you in one of the messages inviting you guys that I was gonna share my numbers, and I wanted to teach you this class because I learned it. And it took me many months. And whenever I get something that is like, boom, aha moment, I love teaching it because that's how I learn it. But also that's how I can help many people. Because if I was struggling with that, definitely a lot of people are going to be struggling with that too. So I really thought I had a niche. In my case, I was niching myself as a social media educator. Then I put forensic marketing. Then I was like, no, I'm going to be a writer. I'm going to write books. And I'm going to say that I'm going to be writing about metrics and analytics. I mean, who the heck wants to connect with me if all I'm talking is about, you know, SEO and marketing numbers, blah, 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 blah. What was missing there? The human connection. What was missing was a human connection. And I knew that. And I'm very good at connecting with people. So here's what I did. I said, well, since I'm missing the human connection, I'm going to be like taking pictures like the influencers. Maybe what I need is the hat. And maybe what I need is the highlights to be like, do you see where I'm going? I was just trying to be somebody that I'm not. And I was not connecting with the right people that were meant to connect with me. You see, like when you're connecting with me, there is a package here. There's the accent, there's my career, my background, that only those who meet some check boxes are going to really appreciate it. Okay. So when you are looking at hero brands, it's very important that you understand the risk that you are taking if you don't stay true to your identity. There is value in getting vulnerable with yourself and really recognizing, who do I want to connect with? Now, I knew all that, and I had my data and all of that. Still, look at this. My account was dying. In this time, I'm going to be talking about my left side. When my account was dying in flat, it was like coma. A couple of things that I tried during the coma season, okay? I said, well, okay, so maybe I need a better graphic designer. And if you have been following me for a while, then you saw me revamping my graphic design. I said, okay, so maybe I need to do carousel post and then share the tips. I'm going to be sharing everything, sharing, educating people. Guys, that was not it. When you want to show your mastery, you have to be careful because people don't care about your mastery. And that's why I was not getting it. And you know what I did? Luckily, you see this season here off? It is off because I switched to a creator's profile because I thought that my settings of my account were broken. I thought that they were broken. And I disconnected my account. and I focus more on my SEO and writing and all of that. Luckily, my Instagram is not where we get our conversions from. My Instagram was my way for me to kind of like grow my authority. So this season of me pausing might be the season that you're going to be entering now. I did pause to reflect, to learn about myself, to learn what do I want with this channel. Because if I'm not going to be growing, I'm going to be dying here. So, it's one of those things, right? Like if I'm going to be dedicating time and energy, and guys, I tried like delegating it, hiring experts for it. It didn't work. It did not work. How do you think I got most of those 1.7 million impressions? Nuria says, what people care? What people care? That's why we're here. I want to teach you that. What was the turning point? I asked myself, how do I want to use this channel? Is it to connect with new people? Because if it's going to be to connect with new people, I can connect with new people without paying attention to who the freak likes my content. I will be the one connecting, initiating that connection. And you might have to do that. You might have to be the one who is the follower so that you can gain followers. You see? Givers gain. Second question, going to be to build relationships? I love that part. And then I detach myself from my feed outcome. I convinced myself that the algorithm was just broken. And I use the stories to connect with people. I started meeting with people like Diane on my stories, like Mayra on the stories. I started sharing things on stories and tagging friends and saying, hey, I'm losing weight. Let's do this. It was nothing about business, nothing at all. I could use it to build my reputation, but I had been doing that for a while and I was just tired of it. I said, the heck with the numbers, I'm just going to have fun. And then this happened. Then I started noticing that one trend changed the landscape of my feed. And then my feed like woke up. It woke up, actually, look, it was like, what? My people are here? My people are here? I actually used a program, a subscription program. It's called later.com. I wrote it on the chat. I plugged back my membership to later.com. And then I started seeing the patterns in the conversations that I was having. And I noticed that as soon as I saw those patterns, I kept doing more of that. And then I found my niche. And my niche was not about what I wanted to be. My niche was about how I could create more empathy with my peeps, with my people. So take please a picture to this one. This is a brand new formula that I'm teaching you today, okay? So it's 4 things that you need in order to claim your success formula with niche marketing: relatability, empathy, standing up for what you believe, and defining your core emotions. The last one is the most important one, guys. People connect with you, and before they even read what you share, there's got to be empathy. There's got to be a vibrational thing that they feel like, oh, this is cool. We're besties. That needs to happen on the platform because it's very, very fast. And I thought that it was something that I could accomplish with what I wrote on the content. But no, it's not. It's not about what you share. Like even like the format of your image, the filter, the hat, the hair, the influencer thing. It's not that. It is not that. You know what I learned? And I became like a nerd of things, right? I'm like, wait. Why people like this thing more? Why people like when I talk about my imperfect life? Why people, one, when I talk about being a mom and my girls want me to be a mom, and now I finally, after 12 years, I decided to, invest, and then we invested in a company and all of that. Why? Why do they feel what exactly they feel when I talk about it? Because that's creating more conversations. So guys, is because when somebody is going to buy from you, all of these brain processing need to happen. Okay, the decisions that people make, whether they want to follow you and engage with you, are all controlled by their brains. And the first one is the emotions. Tell me on the chat if you have heard this before. Tell me on the chat if you knew that there is a way to know how our emotions are directly related with our purchasing decisions. Tell me if you know that we buy based on emotions. Tell me that you knew this, please. Tell me, you know this. We buy, our decisions to buy are fully emotional. You know that. Klana, you know this. Yes, 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 you know that. You're gonna love the next slide, by the way. I am hacking all of this for you. And you're gonna love your Instagram more than ever, but you need to have some homework, okay? Ready? Boom. This is where I realize your vibe attracts your tribe. My energy healers, you'll be like, bah, I knew that. Of course you knew that. But the people, influencers keep just teaching about niche marketing. What the heck is that? The niche marketing is, what is the vibe that you're going to decide today that you're going to be throwing out to the world, to those humans that will see you on Instagram, and they will feel like receiving that vibe. These are the emotions that I want your feed to project: joy, gratitude, pride, serenity. Take me to a journey when you're just meditating. Show me your fuzzy PJs. Show me your unicorn pillow, please. Show me those lights that make you feel like you're in a spa. Show me like what's your routine, so that you can take me in this like, yes. Love. Is somebody loving you? Do you love your dog? Do you love your coffee? Show me that. Please let me live life through you. Make me curious about it. Tease me. Shake me. Amuse me. Give me hope. Inspire me. Amaze me, right? So I promise you, science says that these emotions are the core for you to make friendships, for you to build connections. It's not the seriousness of things. It's not that you're the best. It's not that you are magna cum laude and you're a lawyer and you're the blah, 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 blah. No, that doesn't really matter. That doesn't. I promise you that I was going to equip you with a strategic plan to attract your dream clients. How are you going to attract them? Your vibe attracts your tribe. People buy from you when they like you, right? When they believe in you, and when they trust you. So yes, so you got this. What you needed was the emotion part. that was all. That was what you needed. It's the emotional part. And that's where like you're like, emotions, what emotions. So I want to hear from you guys. I love that. I told you from 11:30 to 12:30. I'm a great teacher. No rushing. I gave you everything that I wanted to teach you. Let me just make sure that I am not missing anything here. Okay, so I got the question from my girl from Uruguay. I'm going to be talking about your question because it's very different. And I am going to now, I'm emotional less. So I'm going to be giving away 3 of this in a raffle. Okay. So I'm going to be announcing that on your email. But if you want to win, just tell me like, I want to win that thing. I want to win that thing. It's the Planning My Greatness. You guys are going to get, 3 of you are going to get 1 for free. They're going to be shipped from Amazon. So we're going to be doing that raffle on the email. I want to win this. Tell me, I want to win one. Woohoo! Awesome, awesome, awesome. You know what? I didn't think about this, but I'm going to give you another challenge. So I'm going to enter you in the raffle. If you share whatever you want to share about what you learned today and you tag me on stories, okay? Okay, now I want to hear from you. What was your biggest aha moment? What was your biggest aha moment? And let me stop sharing this part because I need to talk about geotagging to my friend in Uruguay, okay? I want to talk about that. And I want to also, hold on, I have another slide here to present you. Give me a moment. I think I need to do this, yes. Okay. I want to talk about that. And I also want to talk about what are we doing next week? And also at the end of July, I'm teaching a bootcamp model course. It's actually 8 weeks that you and I are together, and you join for just $97, not per month, a one-time fee, $97. And then you and I will be on Slack. There are modules already created. And I kind of wanted to show you kind of like a tour so you can see. And by the way, if you're looking for a CRM that does everything, including like, your funnels and all of that, I can also recommend you Kartra. I love, love, love Kartra. It's what we use. And I am like madly in love. So I'm going to be giving you a tour so you can see when you join, what do you get? And what are we going to be doing over the next week and then at the end of July? Because the bootcamp is happening as we speak. So as soon as you join for the $97, you get access to all of this. The modules are all of them here. So this niche marketing module is going to be inserted to the 6 modules that are already there. There's also bonuses. There's resources for beginners, resources for ninjas, and there's a new series that I created that is called my Canva Hacks series. Not only I'm going to give you the graphics, but I want to show you, because again, the graphics, I don't want you to spend money on that. It's not the graphics. I promise you, it's not the graphics. When you join, I'll give you all of the graphics that you can get, okay? All of them, and you can edit them. And then we're going to be learning exactly what is it that you will be doing to really craft your Instagram strategy to hit your goals, okay? Is it fair that I invite you to this webinar? Fair enough? And then we go to the Q&A? Yes? Yes? Yes, business accelerators get this. You guys don't have to buy this. So you will go to mfgcourses.com. I'm going to put this on the chat. mfgcourses.com. It's $97 for 2 months, you and I together. There is a Slack channel where you can send me the Q&As and even keep the networking going and all of that, okay? So here, there's also downloadable planners that I have to really plan your content. I give you content ideas. I give you like everything, because again, I don't want that the how becomes an obstacle. What needs to happen for you to really see growth on the Instagram is the doing. So accountability is what is going to make you do the things. And now that you have a new group, oh my gosh, it's going to be amazing, amazing, amazing. Who here is going to be joining us? Who here is going to be joining us? I want to know. Now, geotagging, okay? let me go back to the question that we had at the beginning. And please, if you have questions, now is the time for you to write it on the chat. And you guys on the live stream, I left you here, mfgcourses.com, sign up there. And then if you have questions on the live stream, please, if you have questions, guys, please leave them on comments and I will make sure that I come back to you, okay? So I had a question on why are you attracting people who are on your same location? Okay, so the first question that I have from you is, how did you set up your Facebook page? I'm curious to know if your Facebook page is set up as a business with a physical location. If that is the case, your Instagram profile will be associated with a physical location. And that will be one of the ways that I could say that might be impacting your suggestions. Now, the second thing where you want to see is actually the Explore page. The Explore page is what determines the suggestions for each of you individually. Like if you see my Explore page, it's different than what you see. It's going to be completely different. So what I will say, if you keep getting suggestions from people around you, I want you to just start manipulating the algorithm by searching the locations where you want to be searching, okay? Now, the other thing that I will be curious about is, and this is a great, it will be a great case study. So if you can implement this right away, it will be amazing. Have you used, Cecilia, maybe should I set a Facebook page? Yes, you need to set up a Facebook page that has an online business, like an e-commerce shop, so that Instagram knows that those are your intentions with the platform. Have you used guides? Cecilia, have you used guides? Guides are actually intended to really pin you in certain locations. So you can use a guide to pin your content in a specific location. You can use that. Have you actually checked yourself in using geotagging? Like, for example, when I post, some of my posts lately, they say that my location is marketing for greatness. But I can also say that I am in Uruguay. Have you used your location outside of your country? Like when you come here, do you put like you are in another place? Cecilia, have you logged yourself? Have you my client's location? So my recommendation is to use different ones. Like really tag yourself so that the platform knows that you are all over the map, okay? And that's how you can really get new people from different places. And my last recommendation, since you can see with your own eyes, we have people from all over the place, right? We have people even from Ireland, Malaysia, Puerto Rico, of course, different states. You will need to pay for ads. When you pay for ads, you will be setting up your audience to a particular location that you want to target. And that will be the only way that you can guarantee that your target is going to be attracting people in the right place. It's a pay to play game. Was this great? Was this great, guys? I'm going to start sharing the screen and I want to see if there's other questions on the chat. I really love that, you know, you guys gave me a lot of energy this morning. Yes, Cecilia, if you can join the bootcamp, that'll be awesome. So I can see more. I know that Nuria, you have some questions. I can give you definitely feedback that comes in the first module. Sign up so you can get that done. And yes, this recording is going to be sent out, guys. And those of you who are watching on the live stream, I will be sharing their recording so you can see all the slides and all of it. I do not think I am missing anything except for one thing. There's two dates on that bootcamp that I cannot get you to miss. Okay, so when you come to the bootcamp page, the invitation, there you go. There are 2 live mastermind scheduled. Those are not me teaching classes. It's actually a Q&A. And I actually put you in a hot seat and I give you feedback and all of that. June 30th, that's going to be a 90-minute class, live mastermind, and July 21st. Both of them are going to be 1 p.m. Central Time. So when you join the bootcamp, if you can, then you will be able to, I hope that you can attend to June 30th or July 21st. There's 2 of them. So you will have 3 hours of me giving you the feedback on this class for $97. I mean, I don't know where else can you find. I think the price should be more, higher, but it is what it is in the meantime. I feel really, really good at that price. My goal is to get you acquainted with the way that I teach, and so that we can keep growing together. So that's that. I covered the question on geotagging. Claire, Jessica, what is a good mix of different content to have show to keep your audience entertained, to mix with the quotes? That's exactly what I'm doing. So here's the thing. Have you seen my feed? Have you seen my feed, Claire? Have you seen my feed? No? Okay, this is my feed. So what I have been testing is actually people love the quotes, but as long as they are touching the core emotions that are part of your niche, okay? And I love playing with that. So what I do is actually I follow the recipe from Boss Babes. They have 3 million followers, and I have no shame in telling you, like I took classes with them. I saw like how they're doing in that period where I was like, this is dead. I am anything. This is not working for me. So I went back to school and to learn. That's the way that you can just really keep growing. So I went to that, to those programs, and I learned that basically what's really not about patterns or things like that. As long as things are cohesive, your followers are going to keep really liking your content. So when it comes to the mix, I don't like to say 3 and 4, because actually the mix that I have, it's actually will not be repeated until like 12. So in the past, I used to say 1, 1, 1 and 1, 1, 1, and then you put like the squares and the things. The puzzles are no longer working, in my opinion. So because of that, there's really not like a specific number when it comes to the mix. What really matters, Claire, what really matters is that you get access to those analytics so you can pace your audience and you see what they like. As soon as you find something that they love, you have to keep going with it. I use Reels a lot, and I have 2 viral videos on my Reels that got me a lot of followers, but it was up to me to have the engagement component to them, because if it's not, you're not going to be really engaging with an account just because they're funny, right? There's got to be a balance there. You don't want them just because they're funny. You want them to really engage with your brand. Are you also teaching basic stuff in this course? I am. There's actually a box, like a tab with the fundamentals. We actually have people that never had the platform, and then we walk them through to open them. At the same time, since there are so many updates this year, a lot of people need to learn everything again. So think about that. You're not going to be, the only person with feeling the Instagram that is new, because everything is new. I don't know how many of you have tried to do a Reels, which is like the TikTok style videos. It's a different ball game. It's a different ball game. And, I don't know if you saw the one that I hit like over 500,000 people. It was this one. It's kind of interesting how it happened. And then, the way that it kept growing, it was like crazy. I'm like, oh my gosh, my account got hacked. It wasn't hacked. It was like, it was picking up. And you will see, as soon as this account, this reel hit, it's not that I kept just hitting more like amazing numbers. there is a strategy around this. And I am teaching that, I believe it's module number 5. So again, I keep experimenting with this. This one is at 70,000. And guys, 70,000 impressions, there's no way that you can get that, for free in any other platform. Like, it's amazing, amazing, amazing. So yes, I hope that you're excited as much as I am. And our time is coming up, and I want to honor your time. And I need to go and eat lunch. Thank you so much. Guys, those of you on the live stream, thank you so much for watching. Please share this with a small business owner that you know that they need to get their business off the ground, and then they want to really be savvy and smart about their budget, and they want to have access to practical terms, practical tips that they can do to really see results like tomorrow. I would love that you give me your review, share your best tip on Instagram, tag me. My ad is Coach Jessica Campos. And have a great weekend. Have a great weekend. I can be here all day, as you know. Bye. Bye. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. On fire. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.